Right, STGCC 2016. I'm here with a person who really needs no introduction. She has been there since the early days of Deviant Art. I'm here, of course, with none other than Sakimichan. Sakimichan, how are you today?
Good, I'm good.
So, how's it like in Singapore?
It's very nice. Singapore is a very beautiful country, very clean, and it's different from North America, and I really like that about it.
Is the reception here like really good?
Yeah, everybody's very nice here, very polite. I think, yes.
I was so starstruck with you yesterday. I totally forgot to pay after I bought like some of her prints. You have a very big like online fan base. What made you decide to make the transition? I mean, you still post stuff on DeviantArt, but what made you decide to go from DeviantArt and then start doing Patreon from there?
Well, I've always worked full-time for video game companies. I worked with 2 companies before I went with Patreon. It's just, I feel Patreon is really good because my fans would be able to support me if they love my art, and I really appreciate that. Thank you guys. Because of that, I'm able to kind of do what I like to do, which is creating beautiful characters, paint iconic video game, movie / comic characters, and put it into my own style, and I really appreciate that. Yeah.
So I realized that other than just doing like video game characters, you like to like give them a new spin, like you tend to gender bend them. For example, you had this Pikachu like fan art where you made him an adult male. So what made you want to go in that direction?
I'm not sure. I want to do something that's a little different from the usual fan art. I guess from the fan art that I see online, I want to put my own spin to them, and usually I enjoy like drawing male characters that is kind of fit. As a girl, I like that, and I thought it would be nice for the other girls out there too.
I'm sure the girls love it. Speaking of your painting style, you tend to do a very painterly style of art, which is very vivid, which is very colorful. I mean, I've read online that a lot of it is self-taught. So how much of it was self-taught, and how much of it did you have to go through like formal training?
Well, I was mostly self-taught, but I wouldn't say I'm 100% self-taught because I went to college, and from there I learned from my teachers and my peers. We were really competitive, but in a good way, so I pushed myself a lot. And then I think I started working for a company, and that's where I feel like I improved the most because at that point I had the guidance of professionals, so they really helped me refine my craft. And then after, I guess it's just a lot of practice after that. Yeah.
So would you say the most important thing is going out there to get like actual experience and getting more exposure, promoting your stuff on DeviantArt and all that?
I think DeviantArt is a great platform to promote yourself, especially because a lot of, I feel, companies would go on there and look for artists to hire. So DeviantArt is a great platform, but definitely working in the industry is really good for artists just to gain the experience and how it is to work in a professional setting.
You have been on DeviantArt for very long. Have you like been on there and been inspired by any kind of artist in particular? Yeah, any particular artist?
Well, I do. Well, I don't know if she's on DeviantArt that often, but I really like this artist. Her name is Jo Chen. She's a comic artist. She does covers for Buffy the Vampire. She did many other covers and as well as personal work. I love her art because partly because she draws very, very handsome men. It's very nice.
I see a trend here now.
But I also really love Art Germ stuff, and as everybody knows, he draws a lot of beautiful women. So I mean, I like beautiful men and women. So
that I can agree on. Yeah, Art Germ is a local artist of ours, right?
Yeah. Yes. Art Germ is great. I really look up to him and love learning from him as well, from his pieces and anatomy.
Can you let us know like if there's like any other projects that you have going on now that you are going to release? Hopefully another Diva print.
Oh, yes, Diva is awesome to work on. I'm definitely wanting to paint more fan art of Overwatch because Overwatch is pretty awesome. I love the character design. But other than that, I'm going to continue with my horoscope series, which I'm just painting female characters, my female interpretation of horoscopes like Aries, Aquarius, and all that. So I'm almost done.
That's cool. Looking forward to seeing it. Before I end, what would be your word of advice to anyone that's trying to break into this art scene, like how you did on Deviant Art? You know, going like solo and then eventually going to Patreon and all that.
I feel like in order to be able to make a living, any artist would have to first develop a fan base. I guess your fan is the one that supports you. But other than that, I think a good portfolio is also important online, because then potential companies would be able to scout you out and offer you a job that way. And any other advice, I guess, if you really want to pursue digital arts, definitely keep practicing and use proper reference, get inspired, and I think 90% of it is just practice. And also be consistent in posting your work online as well.
So before we end off, do a shameless plug of like where we can find you and your Patreon and stuff.
I think Sakimichan, just Google that, you'll find all my all my websites. So yeah, I think my username is kind of unique, so there's not going to be another Sakimichan out there.
Well, that's all we have for you. Thank you, Sakimichan, for sitting with us and having this interview with us.